Hello, and welcome to tonight's stream. I hope you guys are all having a lovely evening. I'm currently just vibing. I've been multitasking like crazy today. I mean, I guess just since I got home from work. Just my chair. I guess I kind of multitasked at work too. To put it short, I've been working on many things today. I actually got my TCG player stuff done before stream tonight, which I am quite proud of myself for. And I also worked on some church stuff. And what was the other thing? Oh, and I've been working on my art commissions. I don't know how I forgot that for a second. I finished one of my commissions for custom magic token. And now I need to do a custom proxy for a really spicy card that somebody has. They have multiple decks that they need the card for, but they only have one copy of the card and it's really expensive. So they're having me make them a spicy looking proxy to use in one of the decks that they don't, have enough of the spicy card for. So I'm excited for it. It should be pretty fun. Just need to actually get it done. Maybe after stream tonight, and maybe like later. Who knows? We'll see. The commission I did finish today. I started it like last week, and finally finished it today. But I mean, only a week. I feel like is not terrible for a art commission. I'm pretty proud of myself for getting it done that quickly. Welcome to everybody in the chat. It's good to see you guys. No, I've still not pulled the Alt Art Giratina. I have not had the honor yet. Still just lots of Aerodactyls and the one Persiker. That's been it so far, but maybe we will get there soon. Or I will just keep pulling Aerodactyls, which I mean, it could be worse. I could definitely be pulling a lot worse things than a bunch of Aerodactyls. Also got food from one of my favorite restaurants, The Bird, and I got, this may look like Pepsi, but I assure you it's strawberry lemonade. It's almost gone though, but look, there's just a teeny bit of strawberry lemonade left. Just an itty bit. That's why I have backup Sprite. So we are nice and set for tonight. I'm gonna go ahead and check if we've got any orders so far. Let's see if it loads. That would be cool. I don't think so yet, so we can just vibe for a bit. I know some of you guys are excited for me to start working on my next custom new Pokemon. It's called The Bird. It's like a chicken place. So there's a bunch of chicken, and they have fries, and they have like the best ranch that you have ever had, or that I have ever had at least. It's so good. It's amazing. I very much enjoyed having that for dinner. And of course they also have really good strawberry lemonade. I kind of wish I'd gotten a large though, because this is the medium, I think. I was like, I don't know if I should go for large, but I don't really want a small one either, so I was like, medium it is. And now I'm like, man, I want more strawberry lemonade. It's a pretty small place. I think there's just a couple of them, like in northern Utah, and that's it, at least as far as I am aware. It's like a family owned and run place, so it's very small. Maybe one day it'll become big and travel the country, but either way, it's very tasty. I quite enjoy eating there. I've been eating there a little bit more often lately, since, I mean, usually like my go-to is my sauceless pizza from Little Caesars, but like Little Caesars has been, I don't know, they must have like gotten some new employees or something that just aren't doing great, because so the last like 3 times I think that I've tried to call in an order, the phones just rung for 10 minutes and there was no answer, and I was like, well, okay, I guess I get to go order from the store. And then the last 2 times I've gotten pizzas there, it has just been absolutely drenched, and I mean drenched in grease, like so bad that it was leaking through the bottom of the box. When I picked up the box off the floor of my car, there was like a puddle of grease on my floor underneath the pizza box, and I was just like, it should do that. There should not be that much grease. But yeah, so the last 2 times just drenched in grease. And then the most recent pizza, this was just... So I picked up the pizza to eat while I played Commander. And I picked it up. I drove to Commander. I didn't actually open it and look at the pizza because I was in a rush, because I had been waiting at Little Caesars for like 20 minutes, I think, 20 to 30 minutes by the time I finally got my food. And so I was just in a rush to go and actually get to play some Commander before I had to go home. So I finally get there and I open my pizza, and everything is a little bit extra crisp. You know, I think I took a picture. I might have a picture. Let me see. It's a really blurry picture because it was dark. But look at that. This is not supposed to be completely brown. It's supposed to be like nice, just normal cheese with a little bit of seasoning. But it was like brown, and I was just like, okay. I mean, it tasted mostly fine. But there was one more thing that just... You know, I go to eat my pizza, I pick up the first slice. I just pick it up like a normal person would, just grab it out of the box, you know? And as I'm lifting it up, all of the pepperoni, every single piece of pepperoni on the slice falls off. Like, it legitimately just, like, slides off the pizza. And so that's why in this picture there's a pile of pepperoni there. It just fell directly off the slice. And I was just like, what did they do to my pizza? Like, I've never experienced that before. My pepperoni just falling off of my pizza. I just wanted some nice pizza for dinner. With cheese and pepperoni. But the pepperoni fell off the pizza into the grease, like, soaked pizza box. And so that's why I think I might be taking a break from Little Caesars. Like, the pepperoni just fell off the pizza. Just straight up slid off. It was an interesting experience, but it did still taste mostly good. But the pepperoni just fell off of the pizza. Like, my best guess as to what happened is they must have, like, forgotten or something. That's probably why it was, like, a little bit extra crisp. And then they, like, realized, oh, we also need to put pepperoni on this. So they probably just, like, slapped the pepperoni on at the end. But it didn't stay. It was a big oof. It truly was quite the oof. But it still was at least decently tasty. And the pepperonis that fell off, I just ate those, and they were nice. But yeah. Nothing quite like having your pepperoni fall off of your pizza. It was just... Man, it was so weird. But so I finished my pizza and then went to playing Commander. I've been very much enjoying my new deck, my Kalia deck that I showed off last week. It is going very, very nicely. It's easily my most competitive deck now, and I'm really proud of myself for building a deck that from its first game, it was a competitive deck. And I'm just like, I did it. I finally did it. I've reached that point where if I take a good commander, I can just build a good deck out of the cards that I own. And I only stole like 2 or 3 cards from other decks. Most of it was just random cards that I had, because I have a lot of random cards just all over the place. If you guys haven't noticed, I mean, most of these random cards, I think all of these random cards are just my ones from the new Infinity set. This is the one I'm building as a commander, except the one I'm using for the commander is the cooler version of the card that I don't know where I put. It's somewhere. I'm just not totally sure where. Maybe it's in this pile. Got these super cool promos with the Warhammer decks I bought. No. I don't know. Somewhere, maybe. Maybe I'll eventually find the one I was gonna use for my commander. Oh, is that it? Nope, that's just a random land. Eventually. We'll figure out where it is. I don't know when I'm gonna get around to actually building the deck, but it's just gonna be a silly goblin deck. Well, it's gonna be like a dice and a goblin deck, because this guy, he's, you know, a goblin, and I've been wanting to build a goblin deck, and so when I saw a card that I kind of liked that happened to be a goblin, I was like, well, there we go, there's my commander. But it's a silly guy. He has trample as long as you've rolled 3 or more dice this turn, and whenever you roll a die, put a +1/+1 counter on the Space Family Goblinson. So every time you roll a dice, it gets stronger. Every time you roll enough dice each turn, he gets trample. So he's just going to go from a very small little silly goblin guy to a huge goblin silly guy. It's gonna be great. I'm excited for it. There's a lot of cool cards that I've been wanting to use that are ones that like include rolling dice and stuff. So I'm pretty excited. I do still need to get some more Ancient Copper Dragons. Fortunately, that is a pretty expensive card. I think the most affordable printing is about $50. Speaking of not very affordable cards, I found this out when I woke up today, but one of the cards that I really love that has been going up in price a lot because of how much placing in Standard got banned in Standard as of, I think, this morning or yesterday evening. And I didn't see it coming, but it's not surprising because of how much it was one of like the main 3 cards that's just absolutely breaking Standard right now. But it's this lovely card right here, the Mihook Massacre. And let's see, this is the least expensive printing that I have of it, the promo pack one. But as you can see, it has been going up quite a lot lately. Went up about $20. But it's starting to steadily kind of go back down. You can see it's down around like 55 instead of 65. It's still legal in Commander though. So it'll, you know, maintain some value because of that. But it is definitely kind of going back down a bit. Like this was about $100 a couple days ago. I mean, if you scroll to the bottom, it's still like 100 to 115. But I'm like, man, my cards were going to be so valuable. And then now they're just, whoop, nope, going back down. But it's okay, because they're still pretty expensive. And I mean, this one I technically got like almost for free. Well, I had to win a game. But I got it for winning a game. So either way, that was a pretty good deal. But then again, of course, this is the most expensive card for Magic that I've ever pulled is the foil one of these, which they don't sell very often because they are around $250. Let's see when the last foil one sold. Oh, apparently on Friday. And the one before that was a whole week prior. But none sold in between those. Yeah, this one's kind of like the spiciest and most expensive version of the card, so it definitely is not, you know, selling as regularly as the other versions. But yeah, so that's some interesting news. Oh wow, Infernal Grasp keeps going up. Let's see, over the last year, I guess I went up to like almost 3 there, and kind of coasted and stayed between 150 and 175. And then it's gone back up and it's almost to $3 now. Oh, if you scroll to the bottom of the page, it's almost $5. I wonder if I have any of these listed. Probably not. And then we go right into the full ones. Double Feature is such an entertaining set to look at the prices of stuff on, just because it's so... It's like, you can see that it's vaguely following similar trends to the normal printings of these cards, but at the same time, it's not quite the same. Things are usually a little bit higher, and sometimes they're just completely different, and it's entertaining and chaotic. Like this card, the regular printing I think is around $4 right now. As you can see, this one's been going up. It just went right up to like $8 or $9. So fun stuff. Call Little Caesars and tell them you want to substitute the crust for cardboard. I mean, it's not like I don't already eat cardboard already. I do be eating cardboard just a bit. Man, I really want to open some more Double Feature. It has been a little while. Has this gone up? I feel like this has gone up a couple dollars. It's gone up like $1. I don't know, for some reason I thought this was like a $3 card, but I apparently am just wrong, which happens sometimes. I mean, the normal printing maybe is. Let's see. Arlen the Pack's Hope. That's the one I think it was. It doesn't want to load though. There we are. I mean, I guess that even this one's worth a little more than I thought. Whoop. It was $6 for a hot second, and then it just went right back down. Interesting. Well, anyways, I'm gonna go ahead and check orders again real quick, see if we've got any yet. I am itching to open some spicy packs. We've got some pretty decent stuff on the board. I'm still working on doing some other restocks too, but I don't have any idea when those will actually happen. I may pick up a little bit of celebrations. Oh my goodness. I just realized I totally forgot about something. Let me just grab this. I was so excited about these. I can't believe I forgot to show you guys that I got Evolving Skies. I was very surprised to be able to get any Evolving Skies, but I have 6 whole packs of Evolving Skies now, and I haven't put on the board yet. I don't really know for sure if I will, but I have them, and then the really nice hanger ones, so I'm excited about those. Oh, alright, it looks like we've got a raid. Welcome. It is great to have you guys. We got lots of people joining. Welcome, welcome. Up to 15 viewers. Very nice. Yes. We gotta get 15 likes to match the viewers. Thank you guys very much. Yes, I know, right? We got Evolving Skies. I was excited enough when I got EEVEE Heroes last week, but now I've got Evolving Skies too. And I am very, very, very excited about that, because it is not easy to get Evolving Skies. Like, when was... I mean, like a month or 2 ago, I think I got a box. But that was like it, you know? Mount... Oh, I am not sure how to pronounce that. It's a mini food! Yes! This is mini food. It came with my phone case that I got recently. It's not on my phone right now because it's too big for my pocket. Actually, it's just right behind my computer. Let me grab it. Oh, I'm gonna knock a bunch of cards over. But so I got this really great new phone case. Isn't it great? And for whatever reason, it came with this mini food. And so now I just have mini food. Got like this sandwich. There you go, my guy. Just take that with you. It kind of looks like ice cream? I don't know. Give me the sandwich back. Oh, he just is a projectile now. Alright, there you go, my guy. is ice cream. And then, pew! Maybe that's what it's for. It's to use as a projectile. We got the pineapple and a popsicle, and I'm not totally sure what this is. It kind of looks like a taco or like some kind of like banana sundae thing. I don't know, but yeah, it just came with my mouse phone case for reasons that I don't know, but I'm not going to complain about. But yeah, it's a pretty great phone case. Whenever I keep it with me, it's difficult to use it that often because it like falls out of my pocket constantly. But whenever people see it, it's the funniest thing. They're like, "Is that like a block of cheese?" And so I'll just hold it up in front of me. I'll stare them dead in the eye. And I'll just... It's the best. Watching people's reaction has been my favorite thing. I very, very much have enjoyed it. But right now I just have my Pokemon Switch with my PopCat pop socket. Since I can't really use that one like while I'm at work and stuff. Is this the office? I don't think so. That would be kind of cool if it was, though. Mount Keela. Well, thank you for bringing the raiders. I'll have to see. I'll write it down on a sticky note. My sticky note that's underneath a pile of magic cards. Because otherwise, I will forget. Because I don't always... I mean, like, I've got a good memory, but I have so many things to do all the time that I usually just get distracted. So if I don't, like, write something down or have, like, a reminder on my phone, it will just get buried, like, not in a literal sense, but it will be buried under a whole bunch of other things I have to do. It's possible that my sticky note will get buried again like it was underneath these cards, but... You know, I will stick this one on the bottom of my computer screen. And until it falls off, then I will remember it. I've also got some random sticky note that no longer needs to be out, but is about a magic card that shot up in price for a hot second, so that one can go in my trash now. It is not necessarily needed anymore. What other weird sticky notes do I have? One about a bunch of random nonsense for one of my jobs. Another one of those. Something about someone paying me. And that's just a pile of magic cards. Another one. Oh yeah, here's some more of my cards from the new set. They're everywhere. I've been working on sorting them, but as with everything else, I keep getting distracted from finishing sorting my new cards. I mean, I never even finished sorting my cards from the last Magic set, so I'm not really surprised that I haven't finished sorting the cards from this one. But, you know, maybe eventually I'll get them at least partially sorted. But they're gonna vibe until then. Do you watch anime? No, I don't. I don't really watch anything. I mean... When was the last time I watched TV? Oh, I guess I did watch TV with my family like 2 weeks ago. Because usually I'm at work when my family eats dinner. But I randomly had a Saturday night off of work. And so my family usually, like, on either Friday or Saturday, they will go, like, pick up takeout food. And then, like, watch Survivor or America's Got Talent or something like that while they eat. And I haven't been home for that for, like, the past several months, but I was a couple Saturdays ago, so I ate I think I ate the bird then, too. That's what I had for dinner tonight. I think that's what I had then as well, and then we watched Survivor. But before that, I think the last time I watched TV was when I got my wisdom teeth out, like, 2 or 3 months ago now? Yes, I do know you guys are here. I just get distracted talking about weird stuff all the time. Pokemon eating, no! I do that. I won't lie. I mean, I can show you guys the binder. I don't know if I want to eat any cards tonight, though. I mean, it's not like I want to, but if somebody decides to pay me to eat cards, that's my toxic trait, is that I have a hard time saying no if somebody offers me money to eat cards. And see, they've got a couple eaten cards on this. This was the worst one. For some reason, magic cards are so much harder to eat. And then I have this page that is just a bunch of eaten cards. This is my community binder. At this point, it's just like displaying all the cards I've eaten. This one was a secret rare. I put frosting on it. It was slightly less bad, but way more weird. I do still have the frosting in here, though. Just in case. I've got my... This actually isn't Pillsbury frosting, which makes me very sad. But it tastes the same. But it's not Pillsbury, so it makes me sad. But it's still frosting. So I just have that sitting in my bedroom now. just a backup frosting, you know? Let's see. Sorting cards, yeah. And see, I already sort tons of cards for 2 of my jobs because I work at a card store. And then I also work for somebody that runs an online Pokemon shop. And so I have to sort cards for both of those jobs. And then somehow find time to sort my own cards in between that. So there are a lot of cards all the time for me to sort, and it just never ends. There are basically infinite cards for me to sort, and it doesn't help that I constantly open more stuff, and so more cards just spawn. Do you really? See, I do in fact do all of my jobs. That is why I can brag about having a lot of jobs. See, I am both a card collector and a job collector. It started out as a hobby collector when I was a kid, but now it has just morphed into a job collector. Currently, the jobs that I have in my current collection, my jobs that I do at this time, are my game shop, the one for the online store, my YouTube, I run my own TCG player, and I've also started taking art commissions again. So that's 5. That's 5 whole jobs. And I am unnecessarily proud of it, but it's great. Those are all my current jobs. I do also have a lot of cards in my, not cards. I do also have a lot of jobs in my previous job collection. Like, I used to dog sit. I once worked for Ken Garf. That was a fun time. I mean, I guess you could say I technically worked for my parents, you know, doing household chores, but I feel like most kids do that at some point. I did also once have a job to bring in, like, firewood for my grandparents, and I also, like, plant sat and house sat. I was always getting called on to, like, watch people's houses, pets, and plants when they went out of town, and that was a pretty good job. Back in those days when I could actually wake up at 6 a.m. to let people's dogs out. Nowadays, it is 100 times more likely for me to be going to bed at 6 a.m. than it is for me to be waking up at 6 a.m. My sleeping schedule is just chaos. But, you know, I feel like it's fine. I somehow accomplish stuff. It's not great, though. But I just have really severe insomnia that makes it very, very difficult to fall asleep. So usually I just stay up all night working and sorting cards. Because as I mentioned, I have lots of work and lots of cards to sort. So, you know, it works out. Though I have started, I just barely got like a supplement that's supposed to help with sleep. So I'm hopeful. Maybe it's gonna help. I took it last night, and I did fall asleep like slightly earlier than usual, so I was like, this is promising. We'll see how it goes tonight, though. I took it around, I think, like 12:30 or 1 a.m. last night, but it's already almost 12:30 tonight, and I am in the middle of streaming, so I probably won't, like, take my little supplement till like 2. But you know, considering I usually fall asleep between like 4 and 5, 2 to 3 would be an improvement. Especially since I have to open at work tomorrow. Hey, welcome Jesse. It has been a hot second. How are you doing? Bad news, GameStop order cancelled. More than 2 got cancelled. I mean, I can't say I'm that surprised. I guess the only thing that's weird about that is that they said they'd fulfill it, but I'm not surprised. Sad times, but I mean, what was it, 40? That's a lot. That's a lot of UPCs. Hey, thank you for the super chat. Having 5 jobs is definitely not for most people. I wouldn't recommend it unless you're like a chronic workaholic, which I am. I am severely addicted to working at all times. I thrive on feeling and being productive, so that's what I do all the time. All the time. There is no time to take breaks when you can just work. And work enough that you can buy lots of shiny cardboard, because that's what all of my working usually goes towards. Lots and lots of cards, which is great. It's very fun. Speaking of my money going to stuff, I have this box with all the new Warhammer Commander decks that I've had this since like Thursday, and I have not even opened it. And so I should totally do that now. Well, I don't think we have any orders at the moment. If I can find my scissors. What did I do with my scissors? Oh, maybe? Nope. They were in a box on the floor. Alright, let me just get this open. Maybe. Let me fight with the tape for a quick second. Alrighty. Here we are. The decks. I'm gonna just move these onto my lap and show you guys them one by one. So first off, we have the Tyranid Swarm with the Swarm Lord. Pretty spicy. I've only actually looked at the deck list for a couple of these decks so far, because I've been nice and busy. But we've also got, this one is apparently the best one. These decks typically go for around $60, but since release less than a week ago, they have been, I think this one's on TCG for a player for about $100 right now. The mono black one. But it's a kind of really cool spicy artifact deck. It's got a lot of good stuff in it, especially for artifact players, and it's got some stuff that I want for my mill deck. So it's pretty awesome. Then we've also got the Esper one, Inquisitor Greyfax. I don't know much about this one yet, but it looks cool, and I do like Esper colors. And I have an Esper deck that is in severe need of some fixing up. And finally, the Ruinous Powers with Abaddon the Despoiler, which I also don't know a ton about, but I do know that it has a couple really fun cards in it. But yeah, so those are all my new Warhammer Commander decks. At some point I will go through all of them, but at least I took them out of the box now, because they've just been sitting in there since Thursday. Because I bought them the same day that I got my Infinity stuff, and so I was busy with the opening all the Infinity packs to actually get around to opening these, but I do have them, and I am excited about some of the cards, or at least like the 5 cards that I know that are in them. I don't know most of the cards that are in them, so they're going to be a super great surprise. I just don't know where to put them now, because I will put them on top of my printer. Never mind, only like 2 are going to fit. 2 of them will go on top of my printer. The other 2, I'll put them on a shelf. It's good enough. They kind of got a place to be now. Person who was at the counter told me she ordered 10 and was left with 2. Well, I mean, as long as you're getting a refund, and I mean, it's since that does seem like they're trying to print a lot of them, even if they're not going to get all the pre-orders, especially with already a second wave already coming in. Having a ton of them would probably be pretty not ideal. Second guessing investing in Magic. I mean, I would recommend second guessing that. As I have said a lot the past week, Magic is not at all like investing in Pokemon. It is not a collector's game. It is a player's game, and its sealed product definitely doesn't increase in value the same way that Pokemon does. And the cards, it's really playability is number one. Having the spiciest version can impact it, but it's all about playing at the end of the day. Speaking of really spicy collecting stuff though, I should show you guys how Infinity prices are doing. Let's see. Here we go. So this is the best card I pulled from the set. It was about 120 when I pulled it, and now the only listings are for 170 and higher. So I'm vibing right now with my watery grave. It's pretty great. Looks like only one has sold today at 150, but there aren't other ones listed right now, so that's pretty nice. It seems all of the Galaxy Foil shocks have been going up though. This one, the lowest listing, is currently $200. Look at that bounce. And it's selling. It is selling at 200. There are multiple that have sold above 200. Man, that's crazy. I like these were all sitting between 80 and 120 as of like Saturday. Now all of the Galaxy foils are, the lowest one is about 90, but all the rest are like 110 plus. But yeah, so I'm pretty excited about that. My one is doing very nice. I mean, I'm probably just gonna hold on to it and not sell it, but like it's interesting to see. And even just like a couple of the regular borderless ones have been jumping up. I don't know why the Steam Vents of all things has been shooting up so much, because that was not the best card. Not the best one. At least for a while, but I guess now everybody needs their super spicy Steam Vents, because this one was down around like 30 to 35 too, but now it's even more. Let's see. Double their profits. Oh yes, they really love making their extremely expensive stuff that just has less cards in it and is still extremely expensive. And I don't appreciate it, neither does anybody else. Especially, I mean, all of the local game stores that now just have to accept that Wizards is like, now you have to pay us more money to get these products, and we have to break the news to customers who already like to complain about the prices. It's sad. It's very sad. Like these Warhammer decks, they were like kind of like a special product. Like they don't go along with a set. They're just a standalone set of decks. But they were $60 a deck. Regular Commander decks used to go for $40 a deck. They've gone up to $45, which isn't a huge difference, or at least that's what we sell them for at work. But it's kind of like the typical price, at least locally, that you'd see them for like at a Walmart or GameStop or whatever. Are you hungry for a midnight snack? Can I put frosting on it? I've still got my frosting. It's just been chilling on my shelf this whole time since I ate the Drapion. So I do have my frosting ready. Oh, what am I doing? Oh, I wanted this back up. Let me show you guys how the other prices in the set are doing. So then after that, it's all the Galaxy foils that are valuable. Like this is the main chase of like non-lands in the set. It is Commander legal, so that's pretty pretty exciting. It went up initially, then it went down, but it's quickly bouncing back up. Looks like it's going around like 25 right now. So pretty solid. I unfortunately did not pull the Galaxy Full version, but I do have a handful of the regular ones. But we also have the really spicy lands. The best version of each is between like 10 and 15 now, which is pretty exciting. Looks like this one's been going up even more than... I checked on these earlier today and was looking, so like this is gone up more since I checked earlier. But they're such pretty cards, and you can only get the Galaxy Full out of collector boosters, so it takes a lot of extra, you know, work to get them. Yeah, here's the regular version of the card. I don't know. I haven't been watching this one as closely. I have 3 of them, but I'm keeping them. I refuse to sell them because I intend to play them in decks. Man, I'm kind of sad that I didn't get to do the draft for this set because I'll probably never get to play the normal version of it because most of my commander group does not like it at all. But it's just so chaotic. I think it would have been really fun to get to participate in the event, but I had to work, so I got to watch the event happen from afar and like sell cards and stuff. But you know, maybe one of the next unsets, like next year. I don't actually know if they do one every year. When did I think Unstable? I think that was the last one. Oh, that was 2017. So that's like 6 years ago. Maybe they've done another one between. Oh, they did Unsanctioned, but Unsanctioned didn't come like in. It wasn't like a set. It was just like these little pre-made things that each box just came with the exact same stuff. Like they were like pre-made little decks. I don't know. I think that one came out a year or 2 ago. So maybe they don't do an unset every year. I'm not actually sure. But maybe one day I will get to do a release event for one. Because it's so chaotic. Like, this is one of the cards that is entertaining. So you play it, you get to add one of each color of mana and a colorless, and then you can open a sealed magic booster pack, and until the end of the turn you can cast spells from among the cards in that booster pack. Like, it's just so chaotic, and I love it. It's funny. And then there's also, let me see if, I guess I'll just, oops, I can't spell. This one. Form of the Approach of the Second Sun. When this enchantment enters the battlefield, you gain 7 life. You become a card until you leave your library or that library is shuffled. Put yourself 7th from the top, balancing the cards on top of you on your head. When you draw yourself, you win the game. When one or more cards fall off your head, exile them and all cards on your head, then sacrifice this enchantment. Like, you literally have to balance cards on your head. How much for Evolving Skies packs? I forgot to put them on the board. I did. I don't know. What are they going for on TCG Player? It's a great question. Accidentally searched Evolving Skies and Magic. Very ineffective. Evolving Skies is not Magic the Gathering, is it? Oops. Maybe eventually I will click the right thing. Let's see. Can I even find it? Looks like the sleeve boosters are like $7. We can go with that. We'll take the TCG Player price. Please, computer, just do what I want you to. $7. And I have 6 of them. I'm gonna keep one for myself though. So just put 5 on the board. There we go. And then we will make it large and bold and centered and larger and colored. There we go. Alright, Evolving Skies is on the board now. Just a little bit bigger. Yeah, I like that size. That's a good size for it. We'll stick with that. Pull something spicy for you to snack on. Well, I mean, that's one way you can look at it. Man, imagine that there's an alt art in here. Then you wouldn't even have to send me an alt art to eat. Because I know if we pull an alt art, there's a good chance I'll end up eating it. What a world we live in. What a world I live in. What a life I live. Eating cards recreationally? Could you call that recreationally? I don't know. I'm not quite sure that's the right way to put it. Eating cards is something. It's something. That is how I will put it. Let me just quickly, I want to drink the rest of my lemonade. As you can hear, it is out. Now I just have my Sprite left. No more tasty lemonade. I should get lemonade from that restaurant more often. It's just inconvenient because I don't like the road that it's on. It's this really busy road that's not really big enough and is extremely confusing because the amount of lanes is constantly changing. Like, it's... Now I need a bigger piece of paper. Where is it? Yes, this'll do. So the back of my sticker sheet of return address stickers. This is where I will show you this stupid road that I hate driving on. But it's where I have to go. Let's see. There's my pen. Alright, so, let's... how do I want to do this? I guess the first part of the road. We start all the way down here at some random intersection. It goes farther that way, but I, never go further that way. Except for, twice. And I think at least one of those times was an accident. But so this is just an intersection, with the lights. Doing lights at the intersection things. But so, here, you've got 3, I think, lanes? Yeah, it's 3. Because you got the lane going this way, the lane going that way, and the left turn lane. This lane also doubles as a lane for turning right. So, if somebody is going to go straight, but the people behind them all want to go right, even if there's nobody crossing on a red light, they just have to wait until, they can go. But so you go a good ways up this road. This is a lot longer than this looks like it should be. But then, there's the restaurant I like. It's over here. Just chilling. And technically to get to it, there's this weird little roundabout place here. Except there's not a full road over here yet or over here. It just kind of exists, but that's how you get into the parking lot. Then, I park over there and go get my food and back in my car and stuff. And then I have to go back this way so I can make a left-hand turn there, but that's besides the point. So we go up a little bit farther, it's just the 3 lanes for a while. And then suddenly, it gets really, really messy. Because there's this construction zone, but it's also just a really weird road to begin with. But it does open up a little bit. There's now a right turn lane. There's the straight lane. And then there's this just awkward slant for the left turn lane. That kind of consumes most of the area for this lane here, but there's actually 2 lanes here. 2 lanes here. And then there's this just awkward slant for the left turn lane that kind of consumes most of the area for this lane here, but there's actually 2 lanes here. 2 lanes here. And then there's this just awkward slant for the left turn lane that kind of consumes most of the area for this lane here, but there's actually 2 lanes here. 2 lanes here. And then there's this just awkward slant for the left turn lane that kind of consumes most of the area for this lane here, but there's actually 2 lanes here. 2 lanes here. And then there's this just awkward slant for the left turn lane that kind of consumes most of the area for this lane here, but there's actually 2 lanes here. 2 lanes here. And then there's this just awkward slant for the left turn lane that kind of consumes most of the area for this lane here, but there's actually 2 lanes here. 2 lanes here. And then there's this just awkward slant for the left turn lane that kind of consumes most of the area for this lane here, but there's actually 2 lanes here. 2 lanes here. And then there's this just awkward slant for the left turn see, this doesn't make any sense now. That's just how the road is. Is that yeah, there's two roads kind of going straight, but then one's like a forced turn and the other like turns into this one. There they become the same. But it's just absolute chaos here. You know, you've also got like the road that goes this way has this huge right turn lane that's like that. It's got, you know, road going this way, road goes like that, then there's like this. Yeah, there's two lanes here too. One of them's for like right turns from here, the other one is just like from across the street, where there are also a bunch of lanes. Just, there's only like one real lane here, but there's 3 lanes over here, 2 of which turn, oh wait, no, it's over here that it turns to. This looks like complete chaos, and I promise you this is exactly how it feels to actually be on this road. So there's like the 2 lanes that turn there, and I guess there's actually another lane that's like the right turn lane here, and yeah, the lane that goes across. So it's just an absolute mess. This whole intersection, complete chaos. And then there's like there's this whole just blocked off lane here. So there's only like one lane that goes directly across, and then the turn lane there, and there's also a turn lane here. And then of course the lane that goes like that. So this intersection is like my least favorite thing. It's just terrible every time. It's horrible, and it's at the intersection of 2 very, very busy roads. So I like to avoid this at all costs, because see, I would have to come from this direction after work to get here, and so I have to cross this whole mess. And then, see, I normally, after going here, would go down this road to get back to where I need to be. But currently, this is just like blocked off, does not exist. So when I get my food, I have to go back out here, either turn this way, and then like turn into some random neighborhood over here and loop around and then go that way, or I have to wait forever until I can make a left-hand turn. Then I have to join the chaos traffic over here and then like go that way, you know? So I don't like this. This is also a terrible road. Like way far this way is where I once got in a fender bender. It was a horrible experience, but like the whole story of this road is just like it constantly changes the amount of lanes, and it's so bad. Like there's this one part that you think it's pretty straightforward, despite the fact that there's like a million lanes. This is like the weird turn lane thingy. We got 3 lanes going this way, and I think there's 3 lanes going this way too, probably. So there's like a ton of lanes, you know? Just lots and lots of them everywhere. And then suddenly this lane is a forced turn, so you're left with like 2 lanes, but then this lane like becomes 2 lanes, and so now you're back at 3 lanes. And you're like, okay, this is probably fine, like I can just chill in any of these lanes. But then suddenly like this one is a forced turn, and so it seems like it's going to be 2 again. But then there's like this turn lane here, but then the turn lane also continues over here. So it's like it's still 3 lanes, you think, and then all of a sudden it's just like 2. Like it just becomes 2 lanes. The same thing's going on the other side. It's just back and forth between like lanes turning into forced turned and then lanes like splitting up again. It's just absolute chaos. This road is literally the worst, and that's the road that I have to take if I want to go get my tasty food. And as I said, this looks like absolute chaos. It's because the road is absolute chaos. Every time I have to use it, it's just like I don't know what lane I'm supposed to be in. Because like it just so randomly, like The lanes just stop and start left and right, and if you end up being in the wrong lane and you don't have time to change lanes, good luck figuring out where you're going, because it's not gonna be where you want to go. Since you won't sell alt arts, do you have any at your work? We do have a few at work, but if you want them to grade, most of them aren't quite like in perfect grading condition. But if you just want me to eat them, I guess it wouldn't matter. I guess. I'm trying to think, what alt arts? I think we have a Tyranitar and an Empoleon. I don't remember whether or not we sold the Charizard, though. I think we have a Blaziken. And those are all the ones that I can remember off the top of my head. Steals and deals. We just sell them for like the TCG player low from a Gold Star seller. Like that's it. It's not like super discounts or anything. It's just what it goes for on TCG player from Gold Star sellers. I have looked at Silver Tempest a bit. I haven't seen all of it yet, but I do know that I'm extremely excited about it. It should be pretty sweet. I am definitely looking forward to it. I mean, the Lugia Alt Art. No, I don't own the Umbreon VMAX alt, and we don't have it at work either. Somebody once almost traded one in, but then they were just like, no, I want $1 bajillion for this. And we were like, we can't give you $1 bajillion. So they left with the Umbreon. But yeah, no Umbreon Alt Art. I mean, most people just aren't super interested in parting with it. What do you mean they're not grade worthy? Some of them have like slight like scratching from being put in like crappy sleeves, you know? They'll have like little, where's a Pokemon card? They'll either have like little small scratches like here. Like, I don't even know how people really do it. Maybe if I like rub the rough piece of this like pen cap? No, that doesn't even make sense. I don't know. They must just put them in some really like tough but rough sleeves. No, almost all of the cards we have at work are trade-ins. So they were owned by other people and they trade them into the store for like store credit or something. So we don't pull them most of the time. Every once in a while there are things that we do pull at the store, such as the Giratina. But most of the time the stuff that we have at work, at least Pokemon wise, are just trade-ins. So I don't know, a lot of them will have like little like scratching on that from being like put in bad sleeves or something. And I mean, also I usually always look at the centering on them, and most of them don't have great centering. People typically are going to want to trade in cards that they don't want to grade, or that are their worst version of that card. We do like 50% of the TCG player low for stored credit and 40% cash, at least for Pokemon cards. We do less for Yu-Gi-Oh because Yu-Gi-Oh prices are just like constantly. But I think I wasn't the one there with the Moonbreon, but sometimes we offer a higher percentage for certain cards like that that are in extremely high demand, but it was my manager that was there at the time, so I don't know what he offered for it. I just know that we were like, we can't give you that much. Because, I mean, like, the whole point of us doing trade-ins is as a convenient way to just move cards if you need money or just don't want to deal with the hassle of selling it. So, like, if people want to get $1 million for their cards, we're like, you can take the time to find a buyer for that. We're not just, find buyers for your cards at the most expensive price possible. We're here for convenience. But yeah, I have no idea what they offered on the Moonbreon. It was also a few months ago, so the price was very different at the time. Any cards, like $5 cards? We usually do any cards over like $2-ish, sometimes down to like $1 cards, but we have so many just bulk Vs at this point that usually if people bring in bulk Vs, unless they're like, you know, some of the better ones like Gengar V or Luminion, we usually are just like, we can give you 10 cents a piece or you can keep these because we do not need more regular Vs. Imagine if people found out you were eating a Moonbreon for reals. People will probably be a bit upset. I'm not gonna lie. But you know, they have a good reason to be. They have a very good reason for sure. Alright, I'm gonna take a quick second to check orders. We're about an hour in and we have not had any, so I might wrap up soon because, as I mentioned earlier, I do have art commissions to work on. If I don't get any orders, I should probably work on those. Because, you know, I don't like making people wait for their commissions because I wouldn't want to wait for stuff, but I mean, like, art takes time, so of course people expect to wait, but I try to at least be reasonably timely with it, you know? I don't want them to have to wait forever, but I guess when I do, like, painted commissions, it always takes longer, so I just accept that it's gonna take, like, a month to get done, but, like, the commissions I've been doing lately have mostly been, like, Sharpie type commissions, because I like to use Sharpie for my non-painted commissions, so they're not quite as messy and as much work. Are you telling anyone? I mean, like, I've brought it up to a couple people, but I haven't said too much about it because usually I don't like advertising things until, like, I actually, like, have it ready and planned and stuff, you know? Because otherwise people will just be very impatient waiting, and then they'll get bored of waiting, and then they'll stop caring, and then it's sad, you know? I want people to be excited and not have to wait, you know? It's a little better that way, right? Though, yes, I have mentioned it to, like, a handful of my friends and stuff. Like, playing Commander. I bring up really weird things sometimes, so I'm sure eating cards hasn't been the only really weird thing that I've brought up while playing Commander, but it's definitely been one of them. Eating expensive cards. My friends surely don't understand a lot of the weird things I do, but at least they accept it. They're just like, okay. Or they laugh, and I'm like, I agree. I do think this is funny. In a weird way. You know, it's fun times. It's only a $500 card. I mean, you did offer a lot more expensive cards as possible meals, so it could be worse. It could be so much worse. Thinking, what were some of the ones you're bringing up? Like some of the shining Pokemon from, like, the Neo sets. Some spicy cards, very, very spicy ones. Even, like, I think the only, like, old shining Pokemon I have is, like, the Noctowl, and I don't love Noctowl. It's just an owl, another one, made into a Pokemon. But the shining is still pretty spicy. Like, it's a pretty alright card. Let me see if we can. Noctowl. Yes, that is the one. This spicy boy. The texture is so nice. I think that's, like, probably the earliest texture Pokemon did. I like the spike. It looks so extreme, but it's a spike of about $2 whole. Crazy, right? And then it immediately goes down to the exact same price. It's funny. Found the Lugia Alt Art. Ooh, we got a good picture of it. What? That looks nothing like what we thought it was gonna look like. What does that mean? Whatever we were looking at was. What happened to the one with the EEVEEs? I mean, I'm not gonna lie, this one is still absolutely stunning, but like, I feel so confused. But I mean, it's pretty spicy. Let me look at this spicy boy. The set symbol's interesting. It's a little thingy thing in a circle. But definitely a pretty spicy card. I'm a little disappointed though. It's cool, but like, that's not what I was expecting. Sad times. Thanks, Shining Charizard. I mean, it's definitely a cool card. It's very valuable, which makes it more cool. But like, just from a, like, just in terms of its existence in general, I don't like super love it. It's a great card, but there are a lot of other cards that I personally prefer over Shining Charizard. But I'm not like, I just can't commit to jumping on the Charizard bandwagon, you know? I just want like more Flapples, and I like Arceus, except when I think about how he must have created Jinx. But like, other than that, it's a cool card. It is very spicy, and I certainly wouldn't mind having one, but not my favorite either. There are definitely some cooler ones. Like, why need Shiny Charizard when you can have this absolutely glorious creation? Like, I love this. He's so cute, and it looks so much better in person. I think we actually have one of these at work right now, if I remember right. So pretty. And lots of money, even damaged. Wild. So cute though. I love it. Oh, I just realized, I don't know if you guys could see that the whole time, but look at him, he's so cute. I love him. I love Shining Raichu. That's probably one of my favorite Shining Pokemon. At least of like the older ones. The Tyranitar is pretty cool too. Man, you know, Destiny was such a wild set. Like, nope, no Alt Art Giratina. Still just the Aerodactyls and the one Persiker. Look at this set. It's just wild. Get like the light Dragonite and the dark Espeon. That's so pretty. I think this might be the one that I have in Japanese, but I'm not entirely sure. But either way, it's so cute. I love it. What a set. Got like the Dark Sizer. I didn't even know there was a Dark Sizer, I'm not gonna lie. Shining Celebi. Oh, this is a set with Dark Gengar too. We have one of these at work and it's so spicy. And Dark Crobat. Look how spicy that is. Oh, he also kind of looks funny, but I read the moon, I think it's the moon, the planet in the background. Very, very nice. Look at the cute little silly guy. Oh, I love him. I love little light Dragonite. What a cutie. And this has got the light Togetic. Dark Houndoom, very spooky. Ooh, the light Dragonair is so pretty. I love it. Amazing. Yeah, the Lugia with the Eevee babies. What was that even from then? What if it's like an alternate art promo? That would be cool, right? Though I don't know why they make an alternate art promo of an alt art, but like, what if they did? Or what if there were just two? Maybe they're trying to confuse us, but secretly it's because there are two of them. I feel like that's extremely unlikely, but I wouldn't say entirely impossible. You know? Need to get better at pulling alt cards. Yeah, I like that idea too. I should exercise my pulling alt art skills so that I can get more of them more often. I definitely wouldn't mind pulling more alt arts. Alright, I'm gonna check orders again real quick. Still not seeing any tonight, so I think we'll probably give it like 5 more minutes just in case we've got anything. Otherwise, I'm gonna call it a night and maybe get to sleep slightly early. Also known as going to sleep at like 3 a.m. instead of 4 or 5. So, I mean, last week it got really bad. Last week, I was going to bed at like 6 or 7 most nights. It was so bad. Yeah, I mean, the promo I wouldn't necessarily, I guess I'm looking at it from like a textured standpoint. Typically when they do alternate art promos for like spicy cards like this, they'll typically like do them with like the texture and stuff. But that is a good point, because the Arceus promo, despite like not having texture, it was very different from regular promos, way better than them. So it's definitely possible to do something there. I'd probably not be like the textured alternate art promo that I want though. Wonder where my picture even went of that. I'm pretty sure I saved it somewhere of the EEVEE one. Let's see. Well, I have a lot of really random things. Aha! There it is. It is the Japanese version that we have the picture of. It would make sense to know what the Japanese one would look like first. Interesting. Here, let me make it so that you guys can see too. I just have to remember how to. Yes, there we go. Oh, it's covering the whole screen now. See, this is what we wanted to see, and maybe we'll still see it as a promo. Like, this looks so legit. Hopefully it's still real. But see, the Arceus promo also came with like the new game coming out, so it's like it's hard to know what will come there. It seems they're making alt arts of the existing alt arts. This is alternate arts going to the next level. Who needs one alt art of a card when you can have an alt art of that alt art, therefore making 2 alt arts of that card? Or the alt art could just be an alt art of the alt art, just to make it confusing. Good times with all the chaos that Pokemon creates for us, with so many alt arts. But I won't complain. I really like alt arts. Though, I mean, like, I guess, like, we always love like the character cards and stuff, because those are in a way like alternate arts. They have the same abilities and stuff. So, I mean, the one Jason found a picture of, there's technically a person on it. What if it's secretly just a really interesting character rare? Nah, it's not a trainer gallery card, so probably no, but like, who knows? Who knows? I mean, Charizard is getting all of the promotional alt arts. They were like, 1 is not enough, 2 is not enough, 3 is not enough. I think we can settle for 4 though. Probably. It's probably fine. That's literally just what they said. Let me see. Cause, you know, first we got the alt art. This one technically counts, I think. Does this one count as no, this one doesn't count as an alternate, but it counts as a secret rare. But yeah, so we got that one. Then we got the VMAX, like, technically an alt art. V-Star, technically an alt art. And V, technically an alt art. He's got a leaf on his nose. So cute. All the random fires. I like that we've got Venusaur in the background still. Just vibing back there, watching, waiting. That's pretty spicy. It's slightly uncomfortable how, like, it feels like they tried to make it a little bit more like realistic, like look like it's from the real world, which is kind of off-putting. Like this looks like something that'd be like in the Detective Pikachu stuff, you know? It looks like slightly like more real, which is a little bit off-putting. But it's still cool. It's definitely cool. And then we got this one, which it looks like, I guess, him and Mewtwo having some kind of battle, possibly. But like, what's this Tangrowth doing over here? And there's a Diglett! There's a Diglett in the mountain, just chilling. Oh, I just wanted to zoom in. Definitely a cool one. I can't decide whether this one or this one are my favorite. Because this one's just like cute and wholesome. And the other one's just really exciting and colorful. And has Mewtwo on it, which is pretty neato, not gonna lie. Pretty wild stuff. Been a lot of exciting promos for sure. The Bidoof, the best special delivery. I'm pretty proud of the fact that even though I still don't have the staff versions of these two cards, I do have both of the regular versions of these cards. I wonder if I still have them on my desk. They're in one of my random piles of spicy cards. Ooh, they are. Here's my random pile of spicy cards. Got a bunch of nice vintage stuff. Magikarp, Dialga, Shieldred, some Pokemon spice. Then we got the Charizard and Lugia. I'm so excited about having these. And a couple other spicy ones. Good stuff. Very good stuff. I enjoy my weird spicy piles of cards on my desk. I also really wish that I had this. It's so cute. I love it. Very, very wholesome. Good stuff. And we got the Snorlax and the Pikachu and the Cramorant. I love it. Cramorant is great. See, there's this one. And it's even going down. And it's still worth a lot. Wow, it has just been coasting. I mean, it was coasting there. Chilling, coasting down again. I forgot the Japanese one. I have the Japanese one too. What fun. The Japanese one that's not actually a promo. Then we got all the other like staff pre-releases. I need like any version of this Kangaskhan one. It is so cute. Same with this Encino. I love this one. I do have this one. It's one of the, like, when I first got into Pokemon, this was one of the earlier boxes that I bought. Yes, we got the Jolteon. And the Marnie is still holding some value. This one that I need, that they don't even have a picture of. I wonder if there's a listing with photos that I can look at. Oh, there's one. Yes, so we can see it in all of its gloriousness. Ah, it's my boy Flapple. I love it. It's my little silly pal with this staff stamp. What more could I ever dream of than the pre-release promo staff stamped Flapple? Good stuff. Person on the Lugia Alt Art. I didn't look particularly closely at them, but I don't think I know who it is anyways. It's kind of hard to see too. It's like kind of shadowy. That's just zoomed out. I want to zoom in. This is, yeah, I don't know. I can't tell. His hair kind of reminds me of the one Professor's Research Professor dude guy in like the Pokemon Go set. His hair reminds me of that guy, but I do not actually know who that is. I have a couple staff cards, but I've never actually gotten them from being staff at an event because they decided to be super mean and stop making them. It's Ash's dad. What? wild. The Lugia is going to be in the next set, Silver Tempest. So it's not out yet, but soon. I'm trying to think what staff pre-release cards I do have, because I have bought a handful of them. They're just really random ones. I think like a couple from Sword and Shield and a couple from Sun and Moon, but I couldn't tell you what ones to be specific, but some of them. No, you cannot buy one of my Rayquaza alt arts unless you want to pay me like $200 for it, because otherwise I'm not interested in selling. It's definitely a nice looking alt art. It went up by $40? Really? Now I'm curious what it is even at. Cause it usually gets kinda overlooked. It went up like $10. I mean, one did sell for $110, I guess, which is like $40 more than what it was. But most of the listings are still around 75 to 80. No, it's 200, or I'm not selling it because I don't want to. That is it. That's 200 or no. I'm not even willing to negotiate at all. I don't want to sell it. So if you wanna pay 200 for it, it's yours. Otherwise, it's mine. Cause I really like the spicy Rayquazas. Plus, if you buy it, then I have to actually take the time to find it, which is work for me to eat. Yeah, 200. That is the price for mine. It may not be the price for all these ones on TCG Player, but it is the price for mine. I mean, $200 and 0 cents. Solid 200.00. It's a great number of money. By the way, if you do want me to eat a card tonight, you've got, like, this is your last chance, because otherwise I'm gonna wrap up streaming. No, eating would not be included. That is just the price for me to transfer the legal ownership of the Rayquaza. Because I don't really want to sell it, nor do I really want to eat it. So it would be $250 for the whole package. That's a lot more than most people would pay for the Rayquaza. I mean, you could buy a heavily played one. Who has a heavily played one? What are people out here doing with their Rayquaza alt arts for $60? What did they do to their Rayquaza? They just, like, very carefully, partially, like, fold it in half, but not enough to quite be damaged, but enough to, like, be bad. Alt Art Glaceon. I don't know what the Alt Art Glaceon's going for. Let's see. I can look at all of the spice from the set. Wow, it is up to a mean 200. Very, very nice. I think I picked mine up when it was around either like I think it was probably 120-ish. Because I think I got mine when it was fairly low, but I don't actually remember. Maybe I got mine was like 140. But either way, the lowest listing is 200 now. Very, very fun. There are also only 5 listings. We got 4 of them for near mint at 200, and then one moderately played one for $510.48 plus 99-cent shipping. No free shipping for this one. Nope. Man. Imagine if 4 more of these sell and the only listing left is the moderately played one for $510. I should just buy the other 4 of them just for kicks and giggles. And then the only one left. I should buy all 5 of them. I should buy the $500 one. Wouldn't that be hilarious? I think that would be very funny. There probably are more on eBay, but we could at least trash the TCG player market for them. Nobody gonna get one until more people list them for like $400 a piece, and just chaos after that. How's my pal Leafeon doing? Leafeon, lowest gold star for a near mint is not even on the first page. It's 190. That is pretty aight. I mean, it's just gonna have to go up a little bit more. Beautiful. I love this one. I think this is the first VMAX alt that I bought from the set. How much does it cost a VMAX? I think it's sitting around like 200 to 250. Let's see. Oh yeah, it's like 250 to 270. Never mind. It's like 300 now. Near mint. Never mind. The near mint from a gold star seller is 400. How about that? So if you want it from a reputable seller, your wallet is gonna be taking a big hit there. But I mean, no, yeah, there's only one page of them. But you get a damaged one for 250. There's a lot of lightly played, or you could buy the one from somebody with 0% and no sales for $305. only 305. There's another one at 305 from somebody with 100% and 14 sales, which is slightly better than 0% and no sales. just a little bit better. Yeah, I mean, Evolving Skies doesn't really have a reason to not keep increasing in price. Like, it's got so much stuff that people want in it, and the last reprint they did was extremely disappointing for everyone. I mean, look at this. This box is gonna be, it's like almost 250, I think. I guess that's about 235. And it just keeps going up. Look at this. See, this was all that the reprint accomplished. This little part right here. And then it was like, okay, let's work on doubling. They haven't quite doubled from what it was here yet, but it's getting close to doubling from when it dropped to pretty much just MSRP for like a quick second, and then it just shot up. I guess at one point it was 110. Imagine being one of the lucky folk to buy all these guys booster box for 110. Crazy. Oh, it could be. It could. It is very possible. Just him a champ. I feel like he's probably around 90 to 110, but I haven't looked in a bit. Oh, yeah, it looks like it's around 110. Then, whoosh, whoosh, whoo. Yeah, like 110 for all the lightly played. I don't know how. There's only 2 pages of them. There are not that many. Near mint from a gold star seller, 130. Pretty aight. The most it looks like one is sold for recently is the 125 with a picture. Very nice. We like seeing our cards before we buy them. The Gengar, I'd assume it's still around like 140 to 150, but Gengar VMAX 150 plus. Oof. Whoosh! It just keeps going up. Whoop. Whoop. By the way, I've been trying to get a Fusion Strike box and I keep forgetting to. So, oops. Oh yeah, the lowest gold star near mint is 167. Man, I'm a really need to pick that box up. Wild. Like, see, I would have thought it would have maybe like stopped increasing so much by now, but it just hasn't. It just keeps going up. Get paid tomorrow. Well, I should be streaming tomorrow too, so Speaking of streaming though, I think we'll wrap up stream for tonight. Haven't gotten orders still, and I have a lot of other stuff that I could be accomplishing. So let me just double check orders one last time, but I think that is where we will wrap up for tonight. Move that out of the way. Yep, I'm not seeing any orders, so I think we will call it there. As I said, I should be streaming tomorrow. Maybe eventually I'll pick up the Fusion Strike, though maybe I should wait until I actually make sales, because I think last stream I made either no sales or like $5, so I should probably wait until we make some sales, and then I can pick up some Fusion Strike, and maybe try and get a new Gengar. But yeah, that should be all for tonight. I hope you guys had a great time. Thank you for watching, and I will see you guys all tomorrow.